So 2024 was quite a challenging year, and I thought about making this video, like we did last year, on reflecting back on some of the few lessons that we've basically went through throughout the year. And I like doing these videos because they serve also as a way for me to reflect back on the year and understand what I really went through and some of the lessons that I've really managed to experience throughout. So yeah, let's jump in. And the first one is loneliness or solitude is really important. Like, solitude provides the space for self-reflection and thoughts. And truth be told, throughout this year, as I experienced more growth, I kind of like experienced more solitude. And truth be told, it was one of the best experiences ever, because spending time in solitude forces you to think, but it also forces you to develop a relationship with yourself. And I believe that having a relationship with yourself is one of the most important relationships that you would ever have in your life. And actually, few people manage to be able to connect with their inner soul or inner conscience. So, by developing a relationship with yourself, you're able to understand more your thoughts, more your actions, more your the way you think, and these kinds of things. So, this behavior is a really critical behavior that one should develop, and I believe that only solitude is able to get this part out of you. So solitude, super important. I forced myself this year to go into solitude, and it pays off. So the level of growth that you experience after this is quite massive if done right. So yeah. The second thing is that this year I managed to find God again, and by that I know, first of all, I respect whatever belief you have. That's fine. It's everyone has their own beliefs. That's respectful. But this year I managed to find faith, and I managed to trust in God again. And while I was always believing in a higher power and God, because my family is Christian, I did lose a lot of faith throughout the previous years. And this year I managed to tap into that basically conscience and be able to develop the relationship with God again. So for me, it's a very important thing. It's also believing that there is something, someone, and something exists beyond this universe. And again, whatever you believe, if you don't believe the same, that's fine. I respect it. Trust that you're being guided by a higher power, a higher spirit, whatever, and have faith. The third one, this is really important. Manifestation is real. Like, this point took me quite a while to understand actually, and upon reflection through solitude, I managed to understand that I am actually living the life I wished for a few years back. Yes, we have challenges. Yes, we have problems. Yes, we have hardships. But if you take overall what I'm doing, I'm actually living the life I always dreamt of living. I've built my own business. I am working on my own business. I am doing this YouTube videos. Like, life is what I made it out to be. Basically, this is the life that I wanted. So I'm very grateful. Also, like, you can manifest on small things. Like, yeah, even materialistic things. Sometimes when you manifest, you basically are able to make it happen quicker and these kind of things. And there are a few case in points where this actually happened this year. So yeah, manifestation is real, and it's also super important for you to be able to grow. Point number 4, I like this one a lot. Living in abundance and practicing gratitude daily. So truth be told, a lot of people live out of scarcity. Like, they're scared that someone will, I don't know, take something away from them. They're scared on how they spend their money. They're scared of everything. When you live in abundance, you are not attaching yourself to things because you are not scared of losing them. Think about it. If you actually live in abundance, you're not attached to things. You're a free spirit. You're just living life. Because if you believe that something is not meant for you, it will go. But you also believe that whatever comes your way will be what you're expecting. So live in abundance, like don't attach yourself to things. This is something I used to do a lot, but now I'm a bit more free about it. And also practice gratitude daily. It is so important, like to be able to start the day by understanding a few things that you're grateful for. So today is Sunday morning, and as you guys know, I have this pocket diary that I keep here next to the place where I drink my coffee every day, and I just list down a few things that I'm really grateful for. They can be simple things, they can be more complex things. So sometimes I write, I'm grateful for a nice cup of coffee, to be honest, because when I travel and I don't have a good cup of coffee in the morning, I miss that. So for example, so it can be anything. You can be grateful for your family, your friends, your relationships, whatever that is, you write it down. Point number 5, you need to go through stages of self-isolation to be able to understand from within. And this actually links up with the first point. But the reason why I wrote this is because throughout summer, I went into a bit of a journey where I went through my inner soul, where I wanted to understand the way my mind works. So I forced myself to go into self-isolation as to be able to tap into the inner conscience. And while I didn't do it to its fullest potential, because it was the first time also for me, I did manage to learn about a few things that I never knew about myself. So as hard as that can be, I forced myself to do it, and it resulted in growth, because now I stand wiser, I stand more aware of myself, I stand in a better position to basically handle what's to come. Point number 6, don't chase, attract. And you see this one so much in everyday life. Like people chasing everything. Like you see friends chasing, you see people chasing money, you see people chasing materialistic things, you see people chasing women, whatever that can be. Like, don't chase, attract. I always have this analogy, like instead of going out and wasting your energy trying to catch the butterflies, work on yourself, build a beautiful garden where butterflies will start coming to you. And it's self-explanatory, guys. Whatever this applies to, it applies to almost everything. Do not chase, but attract. Point number 7, I think. Yeah, point number 7. So, building self-confidence is the art of keeping promises you made with yourself. And this point is only come into realization throughout the last month, because I made a video last year or beginning of 2024 on things I want to achieve in 2024. I did not expect the outcome to be like the way I imagined it to be, but as I was going through the things that I said in the beginning of this year that I want to achieve, I started ticking off the things that I said I would do, because I've done them this year. And upon doing this, it made me realize, like, damn, you've actually done the things you set out to do, and not just like talked bullshit and then disregarded everything. Like whatever I said I'm going to do this year, I've went out and did that. And regardless maybe of not achieving what I wanted to achieve, or maybe slacking in some other areas, I still maintained the same level of like keeping promises. And I believe that this is such an important thing, because this is what helps you build self-confidence, because you build trust with yourself. Because if you say you're going to do something, you're going out and doing it. The last point, or actually the second last point, he who has a why to live can bear anyhow. And throughout the year, as I experienced challenges and setbacks, the why that I have kept me going. Currently, I might not be going through an easy path, or I'm going through a challenging time, but my why will keep me pushing forward regardless of how I feel. And there are days where I don't feel like doing shit, and there are days where I barely do anything, but then it keeps me pushing so I don't waste another day. This morning, I didn't feel like shooting this video. It's 6 a.m., I'm shooting this video. First of all, it's the art of keeping a promise with yourself, and second of all, it's because I have a why. With that being said, find your why. I have a video on finding your why, so I would link that up. Just start and keep on pushing forward. The last point, keeping it short, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. And this is such an important thing. Like, again, this links also away with solitude, because once you understand how important and powerful solitude is, you'd start to realize the benefits that reap from within. So, peace comes from within. Being at peace with yourself is the most important thing. So, I challenge you to try and experience going into forced solitude progressively and build up your patterns. So, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's been a challenging year. It's been a really good year, because looking back, I can see how far I've come. Again, maybe there are certain areas that I'd say, damn, I wish I worked harder on those. However, once you look back and you understand like the level of growth that was achieved this year, I can say that it was a very good year. Very challenging, but that's what provides the best lessons in life. So it's critical to understand how important growth and challenges are. So we're about to basically experience the last 2 weeks of 2024, and I hope you guys actually achieve what you set out to achieve. And I recommend that you do some kind of work from within, basically to understand the things that you've achieved and things that you want to do next year, and do a video, like write them down or something like that. Materialize what you want to achieve, as to be able to look back on these moments and say, wow, I made it happen, or wow, I did not make it happen. So I recommend that you guys do these kinds of things. And yeah, it's been a year. It's not over yet. However, yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks, by the way, as well. So anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys to it, and I wish you guys a very nice week ahead, and I hope you have a beautiful evening.